Good afternoon, class. Listen, let me first of all just say about this last discussion board. As a class, generally speaking, this was probably the best discussion board that I've seen. I mean, it was really good. Everyone did a great job. So I really appreciate you guys working hard, looking to make improvements, and trying to be much more thorough, not only in your posts, but really trying to do a much better job in your replies. So well done, class. That's just excellent. The grades were really exceptionally good as a class in general. So keep working hard. You guys are really showing some tremendous improvement. Let's talk a little bit about this week. There's a couple of big things coming, right? We've got our sixth discussion board, which of course is important, and we move into the prison epistles. And so that's kind of fun because we get to deal with several different books. And so the first discussion board question has you pick two of the prison epistles. And so as you pick your two prison epistles, just make sure you answer the occasion and the purpose for each one, and you just answer them thoroughly. Just kind of do like you did this past week, and I think you'll see some really good grades. And make sure you get the purposes down pretty well too. And then the second question is, you got to pick two of the three pastoral epistles. That's 1 Timothy, 2 Timothy, or Titus. So just pick two of those three. Now, make sure that when you pick two of those three, that you line out the purposes for each one of them, and the occasion as well, and just answer each part of that question. Now, one of the things that I'd like to see you do is, when you answer the pastoral epistles question, is answer the question about how do the pastoral epistles function, generally speaking. That's a really, I think, an important really point for us to understand when we think about and try to understand the pastoral epistles. So how do they function overall in the history of Christianity? So that'll be not necessarily the history, but mainly the first century. But then, yes, we have our third quiz. So now you've had two quizzes under your belt. I'm confident that you know what to expect, and so you'll study appropriately and do a fine job. And of course, as I've been stating all along, that your paper is due in a couple weeks. So hopefully you have heeded my warnings and my call for you to consistently do research and begin taking notes and writing. So really do some of that this week. Try to really begin to formulate exactly how you're going to line out that paper. Although, quite frankly, the structure of the paper is fairly straightforward. However, again, one of the main issues with the paper will be your specific, person or ideology that you highlight. That's really, it's important that you find a couple of extra sources that really kind of flesh out each one of those. The textbook does a little bit, but not enough to make a really good description of whatever you choose. Also, again, make sure that you do a really good introduction and a very good conclusion, along with, obviously, knowing how to cite footnotes as well as bibliography. So I look forward to reading those papers, but in the meantime, I certainly look forward to next week's discussion board. So as always, if you have any questions or need any help, don't hesitate to shoot me an email. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions or provide any type of feedback or help that I can. So I hope that you guys have a great week. For those of you that are dads, I hope you had a great Father's Day yesterday. And for the rest of us, I hope that you had a great day of worship with your church family. So I hope that you guys have a great week. Work hard. Make sure that you're carving out adequate time, not only for the reading and the writing of your discussion boards, but also for research and writing of your paper and study for the quiz. So guys, I look forward to it, and have a great week.